My name is Ron White, and art is a major percentage of my life. I mean, some artists, it tends to be sort of a small piece, but for me it's almost everything. From night to day, eating and breathing. Started out in my youth. My dad was a contractor, and through that I was able to see things built and deconstructed, so I was able to see that form. And through that, I think it enabled me to really start to perceive form in that kind of way. Heading into college, I minored in figural sculpture, and then and art was my major, but there was a few degrees in there studying. Education, one of them, always an interest. Then from there, we went into grad school at Kent State University and mastered in figural sculpture. And one always had to lay claim at the time because it was more modern sculpture. One had to claim and constantly substantiate that the figure was a viable source of expression. I think one that is humble enough always is kind of happy, you know, that your work is understood and appreciated. But I think that since I've made the change from darkness to light, you know, that I think a lot more people are able to transcend, you know, into my reality. Because what I used to do was just, not just, I shouldn't say that, but that classic modernism or classic historical realism, and it's almost like a three-dimensional snapshot. And everybody that has done drawings that have become so hyper-real, the question will soon come up, you know, why don't you just take a picture of it then? People would come into the studio and they'd look at my work and go, wow, Ron, you really captured that, and leave. Well, then I had them for what, 5 seconds? Is that how long I captured their attention? So it must not be really that important culturally, socially anymore, or not as much in this area anyway. So I went to my studio space and said, Ron, you're only going to have fun. As soon as you start getting bored or getting too measured, you know, and calculating, stop and then come back. So I did that for 2 or 3 days and made 3 pieces, and I've never had so much fun making art in a very long time. So I made the 3 pieces, and as soon as I put them in the studio, they sold. So that was a huge statement to me that that's what needs to occur now. And then the more that I make them, I'm getting longer and longer stay of audience to look at the work, appreciate the work, find similarity with something in their life experience. It's been quite nice.